What? This Bellsprout? What the fudge? Hello guys, this is the Hexagon Zero, and welcome back to another episode of Multiplayer Mondays. And like all the other times, I got some Battlefield 4 gameplay for you guys. And this is actually during the premium members only double XP weekend. And this is how I started off my round. Yeah, nice little triple kill streak here from guys who had landed their helicopter on top of a roof, and apparently I survived 2 helicopters exploding at the same time. So anyway, that clip you saw there in the beginning is actually in Dawnbreaker, the Dawnbreaker map, that is. If you go, I think it's the D flag or C flag, or I don't know, it's the one closest to E, like, I believe it's the D flag. If you go to that flag, then there's a building on the road to the right. If you're looking directly on top of the map, it's basically the building on the far right of the map. It's just a little bit lower, but kind of above E if you're just speaking horizontally. Anyway, there's an alleyway back there. There's some pallets that hide that kind of pot. I thought it was Bellsprout from Pokemon, but it looks like it, but it might just be something else. Anyway, yeah, so I'm here on Flood Zone. Just kind of chilling on top of this roof, being a nice little campy sniper. And I peek down over this edge, and I'm like, ooh, a whole bunch of guys. And instead of going after the guys with the easiest target, I try and go after the guy I can't even aim at, and therefore losing a potential couple headshots. So out of spite, I lob a grenade at him that was a little bit too short. He then dies. Not by my hand, sadly. Anyway, yeah, so double XP weekend. It was a lot of fun. I leveled up quite a bit. This is one of my earlier matches this weekend, and I look over the edge to see if I can shoot the guy in there, but no, he gets blown up. And yes, you can actually shoot the guys that are in the turrets. There is a panel on the back of the trucks that is usually got red coloring around it. Anyway, it's kind of in the back right. If you're looking at it from the hood of the truck is on your left. It's kind of in the back right. If you just shoot that enough times, it'll eventually pop open and you can headshot the guy on the turret, which I think is rather cool. Anyway, yeah, so this is a round that's kind of early on, and here I'm failing at sniping this guy. So he goes in for the plop, and watch this, C4, suicide, vehicle destroy, no kills. Yay. Oh well, I got rid of the vehicle. Yeah, earlier match in my entire weekend. This was recorded Friday night, I believe, and I'm not doing too much in it. I mean, I'm going to spoil the ending here, but I break even, and when I break even, that means that my kills is equal to my deaths, and that's just kind of a little. I play Battlefield for fun. It's my fun game. But I have a little bit of a goal. I always try, and by the way, I'm a horrible sniper with the JNG90. It doesn't have a high enough bullet velocity for me to correctly compensate. If you give me an M98B, I'm a beast with that thing. Like, it's my highest kills with weapon in Battlefield 3, so. Anyway. Yeah, so you're gonna see a lot of failed sniping, although I do get some shots off. And I failed to check the building, and the Black Dragon S, or actually the Black Dragon S, gets me a couple times this recording session. So yeah, Flood Zone. It's not exactly one of my favorite maps. It's definitely a good map in terms of cover and verticality and essentially the dynamics of it. And I see him again, and I pop a shot off, but it's a little bit too far to the right, and then he gets me in the head again. So eventually, at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep throwing myself. And you can see if you turn back the video there on the left side, there's a helicopter crushing a guy going prone on the roof. So that was kind of cool. Anyway, it kind of involves the feud with this guy because I'm just like I'm gonna keep throwing myself at him until he dies. And eventually, it gets too hot for him, and he has to pull back and hide behind these and kind of zigzag back and forth. And eventually, he stops moving, and that is death. If you're a sniper, you usually have to stop moving to take the shot, right? Don't, because that's what the other sniper is waiting for you to do. Either take cover and wait 3 seconds, because by that time most people will get bored. But anyway, see this guy right here? I'm trying to use a technique. It's relying on your brain's ability to figure out where the pathing of objects. And watch this. Trading is still here. I mean, it's a distance. I can understand that, but come on. And actually, I don't really have that many problems with the trading system because it makes sense to me. I mean, you can both fire at exactly the same time. It's highly unlikely, but you can. So I guess it's just the frequency in which it was happening that people had a problem with it. Anyway, yeah, I was trying to use a technique there. I keep on getting sidetracked. The beginning part of this gameplay is just so good. I do a lot of stuff in here, but anyway, I get hit by a cruise missile, and now, as a commander, I know that feeling that he must have just gotten getting a triple kill. Nice cruise missile, bro. Nice cruise missile. Because I've done that multiple times before. Anyway, that technique was essentially using your brain's ability to figure out the pathing of objects as they're moving quickly, and essentially you've just got to estimate where they are, zoom in quickly, fire the trigger. So it's kind of like quickscoping, but not really. Well, it's actually more like quickscoping than you realize. Anyway, yeah. So a lot happens in this game. I get into the LAV, which I don't normally do. It's not one of my most played vehicles, but, you know, it was a lot of fun. And I see this guy, right? Yeah, I just see him out there. He's just sitting there, and I'm like, oh crap. The MBT law. They're actually talking about giving it a buff. MBT law is OP. It like auto locks, and it's got the I think it's the highest splash damage. I can't remember. Anyway, so I was gonna hop on and help that guy out, but he had already killed him. So I run back like the idiot I am, back to where I previously died, but it turns out being profitable because I hop on the HMG turret and I get a kill, which not often happens. So I stay in this a little bit because it seems like they were trying to push up to E. But when I start hearing sniper shots, as you'll hear in a moment, I hop off because you can shoot through that glass in front of you, like that you're looking through, which I think is way too visibly restricting. But I can understand the necessity for it. But yeah, so roundabout right here, I start hearing sniper shots, and I pop off the turret and start running away and bunny hopping. So I'm going to speed it up here, because not a lot happens. I kind of run around from here, go up the stairs, check the scoreboard, run around, checking for snipers up above. Always check for snipers up above. I noticed a hatch there that I never noticed. I pop it open. I try and use bullets to break through a brick wall. Not exactly effective. Helicopter crashes. I fire at my own teammate a little bit, and then I stop here. And this is essentially the middle of the round. This is essentially what I did. I got an anti-vehicle ribbon for destroying a motion sensor. Anyway, if you're wondering what gun I'm using, it's the AK-5C, which for the beginning carbine you get, it's actually pretty baller, because, let's use the word baller. I need to get out more. Yeah, so it's a pretty good gun. It's got decent long range. And I get sniped there. It's got incredibly decent long range, better short range, and if you slap a laser sight and some sort of maybe, I'd say a 2x sight if there was one for it. I can't actually pull it out of the top of my head, but yeah. Anyway, you can see my kit right there. It's a P226 handgun, along with the FG7, FGN. I think I'm using the SRAW essentially, as you'll see right about here actually. So I fail shooting at that guy. I'm not very accurate. It was Friday night. I had just gotten home, and I was not exactly in the zone yet. So I'm watching my left flank here. Not really flank, left forward just in case. And I think I see a guy, but it's actually like a pot or something. Wasted SRAW shot. Oh well, I got 4 more shots. bad at all. Anyway, so I think our a little bird just got stolen there, as you just saw it, and it didn't register in my memory that it had because, well, I just saw a friendly little bird, so it made sense to me, and the camos were fairly similar. It made sense to me that it was just the same thing. So I end up trying to fire at the sniper, get a couple rounds into him, and he just hops off. Although he must have been like 4 health, just shitting his pants or something, I don't know. So I trying, succeed, great success. Now, I see this... Oh, maybe it wasn't a little bird. Oh well. I see this guy, this little bird, not our little bird at least, and I'm trying to fail SRAW him. Yeah. Now, and actually some gameplay from later that night, I actually did get SRAW kills. It was on rogue transmission. I took down the enemy gunship with 3 guys in it, and then immediately afterward, I fired a SRAW at an attack helicopter and got that guy too, so... Except I wasn't recording at the time. I was all set up to record, but I wasn't recording because I just wasn't thinking about it. And then, usually when I get 3 kills in a row, that's kind of a clue in for me that you need to start recording because you're going to have an awesome round, but I didn't exactly listen to myself. So anyway, I waste my last SRAW shot here. Oh, sorry. It's really late. I need to get to bed on time. Anyway, I waste my last SRAW shot there. My buddy spawns on. He's got the stinger. He missed. I think the little bird popped. Popped smoke, but his friend here starts to parachute down to try and get at us from behind. But I was looking up, so I saw him. And beyond your realm, that's the guy who had sniped me a couple times before. So as he's sniper up there, I'm like, oh crap, he's probably looking straight at me. So I jump off the roof, and this is something I have an issue with. I had adequate time there to deploy my parachute. In fact, I did deploy my parachute in adequate time, and yet I still take damage for it. I can understand if it was like, I jump from 4 feet and I deploy my parachute and get shot, or die, or take a lot of full damage. But from that distance, no. And look, beyond your realm again. So I think that kind of settles my score with him. So I see that guy get killed here, and right when I am actually adjusting my mouse here, I lift up my mouse and it moves my cursor to the left, and I don't have the adequate pressure to push down on the trigger to start shooting that guy, and I probably would have taken him out just because of the speed of the AK-5C carbine, but I didn't because of mouse adjustments. Because the DPI on this, I actually use 2 different mice, and this is highly unrecommended for gamers because you're supposed to use 1 mouse with 1 DPI setting and keep your mouse sensitivity constant across all your systems. But I use a Corsair Vengeance FPS mouse for my Assassin's Creed gameplay, and since this is on my laptop, I don't bother swapping out the mice. So actually what I'm using is, it came with my laptop, it's the ROG Asus mouse. I'm holding it right now, I can't find a model number anyway on it, but yeah, so I have it set to 2000 DPI, which is slightly modified due to my mouse sensitivity in-game, but I like the sensitivity. I wish it was slightly higher, but I have, inside of the Windows settings, I have predictions turned off, which is essentially the fancy term for, in Windows there's a system built in that it will automatically move your mouse to buttons, because it will try and predict where you're trying to go, and I don't want to fire through the screen here, because the screen is bulletproof. At least it was bulletproof, because I fired, my aim is terrible, I fired through one of these screens before, and I got shot from a guy below me, but I could not get a hit marker on the guy opposite from me. Anyway. So I remember, oh wait, I'm an engineer. There's an empty LAV over here. So I hop in to see how much damage it's got on it, so I kind of repair it a little bit. Get my nice emblem on there. And then I hop in, and I am running the anti-vehicle shells. Currently, I changed this later, because a couple rounds later I get into an LAV again, and I unlock a whole bunch of stuff, including active protection, which I wish it turned on longer, but it's already pretty OP, so I wish it was on for longer, or at least had a quicker recharge rate, or if they made smoke screen better, or IR flares better, or I don't know. But active protection is pretty beast, and this guy's just... He's trying to scare me, and I do this technique a lot too. He was trying to... Because sport guys, they can run C4. But most of the people playing on the server I knew were about level 30s and 40s. And level 30s and 40s may not have C4 unlocked. Pro driving right here. Oh yeah. Hit that hood. Most of those guys don't have C4 unlocked on their support characters, so I figured, you know what, he's probably not going to C4 me, so I just back up and start popping him again. And this guy starts shooting at me. Ooh, your little mosquito bites are effective against my nice armored tank. Anyway, so we'll push up to D here, because I can see two people, or at least one person, capping it on the minimap. So I try and help them out, and then I notice this LAV up here. Now I'm thinking this LAV is trying to get behind me, or trying to get... Like, he's trying to kill me, essentially, but he's not. He's entirely focused on over there. So now a normal person would start firing their main cannon, but I know that the Tau missile does more damage, and he probably has APS, so he pops APS right here. And when he does, if you're in an LAV or something with constant firing, don't bother firing, conserve your ammo, or what little clip you have left. Just do it. So something hits me, this guy hits me with his RPG, he starts running around, he gets up over the railing, and because I'm running anti-vehicle rounds, I don't do much against infantry. I believe it takes 3 shells to kill infantry, which I think is kind of dumb, considering a shell for one of these is about the size of your fist. So... I don't know, one of those going through you is going to leave at least a very big hole, and you wouldn't be moving all too quickly. So I'm thinking I can use a Tau missile to try and take out the helicopter, but he's a little too far away from my liking, and he's turning and going behind buildings, and he just kind of smooshed a couple guys, so I didn't feel the need to take him out. I should start recording these when I am not yawning like crazy. Wow. So I start repairing my LAV again, so I'm behind the tank, and I'm worried about the guy that came over the railing, just in case he tries to come up behind me and like stab me or something. But so I kind of watch that just a little bit. Just be aware of your surroundings when you're repairing. So yeah, and a little bit of a tip here: if you stop repairing after 10 seconds of repairing, just wait 1 second and start repairing again. Your blowtorch will not go into cooldown. So yeah, nice little tip for you guys there. So I push up along the bridge, which I do not feel comfortable with doing at all, simply because there are so many entrances onto this bridge, it's practically stupid. And I know those turrets can be blown up, so I was trying to do it with the HMG turret there, when I really should have been focusing on the middle turret, because that's what a guy is currently using. But, you know what, so something hits me here, and this is like backwards driving pro. Oh yeah. Now, I kind of remember what's behind me in certain places, so I am turning left way, turning this way, turning that way, backing up, and I don't see anything. So I'm like, okay, maybe it was just a random engineer RPG shot. So I get behind my tank again, and I start getting shot by the LAV that was hiding on the bridge. So he's actually coming up on my left here. So I get back in, thinking I can shoot him or something, but thinking he's a distance away, but he's actually right behind me. And this guy, Juni, or something like that, he's actually a really good tank driver. Like, I kept on playing on the server for a while that night, and he's a really good tank driver. At least I'm assuming it's a he. But yeah, really good tank driver. He really knows what he's doing, especially in an LAV. Main battle tank, but an LAV, he knows what he's doing. So I'm thinking, like, maybe I can take him out with the, this launcher here. But he's a little too far away, and I can't exactly see him, and I hate these because there's absolutely no cover when you're using one. But I see him there, and I'm like, he's a little too far. Oh, whatever. I have infinite ammo. No, I missed the first shot. He starts coming down, and I get a vehicle hit. Before I can fire my second one, he dies when it's in mid-flight. And for some reason, my missile just goes, whew, goodbye. I'm not sure if the enemy commander dropped an EMP and it disrupted the guidance system. I'm not really sure, but it was kind of funny. Or maybe it's because my cursor hit something that was closer. But I'm not really too sure. Pushing up, trying to get onto this D flag. No, sorry, C flag. I start getting shot, so instead of waiting around the corner where he expects me to be, I'm gonna try and shoot him, but my buddy takes him out there, and then I come up this staircase thinking there's gonna be hundreds of guys up here. There isn't. So, and then I noticed this guy on the minimap, and I checked behind me just in case he was there, but he's right there, so I'm trying to go for the knife, and he's right there. I'm trying to go for the knife, and my teammate gets him in the Amtrak. I'm not exactly sure how you use this thing. It's too clunky. And those those little lobby grenade shots it does, those need to have an increased velocity, because it's almost impossible to use. Increase the splash damage or increase the velocity, or just increase the damage altogether. Either way. So I'm starting to push up here. We're nearing the end of the round. We're gonna win 100 for the first time, I think, on my multiplayer series. Although I think I've won at least twice before. Anyway, we're gonna win here. They've only got 59 tickets left, and I see this. Is that an AA? No, it's an LAV. I see that guy moving up, and I check this other guy. He's a little bit too much behind cover for my liking, so I'm not able to take him out adequately to my liking. So I see this guy over here, and kapow! Vehicle destroyed, and yet again, no kills. I'll get a kill someday. So this is LAV over here, and I get the vehicle hit. I start getting shot by something, and I go prone, because that's my instinct. Just stupid instinct. Go prone. Never getting shot, go prone. It's a really bad instinct. You should immediately hop in the left or right direction that your damage is going, because it's harder to move left and right and still aim than it is to go up and down. So, yeah. Don't run directly away from it. It's like going to the Prometheus school of running away. Leave in the comments if you understand what reference that's from. And Ninja Stab, ha ha ha. My tags. And ironically, he's a camper killer. I just lost my train of thought. It was something about LAV. Oh yeah, going prone. And then going prone, moving left and right. Prometheus School of Running Away. Right, that's a reference to CinemaSins. Oh crap. Alright, well, don't leave it in the comments because I just gave it away. Drat. Anyway, it's a reference to CinemaSins, critique they did of Prometheus, because in Prometheus they've run away. I'm not going to spoil the movie. You can go watch it for yourself. Anyway, I push up here. We only got a certain number of tickets left, and look at that. 12-11. If I had just stayed back, it could have been 12-12. Oh well. Yeah, so it was a pretty good game. I enjoyed it. I might not have done very good, but, you know, it's gaming. You're supposed to enjoy the game. At least, I think you're supposed to. Yeah. So, Flood Zone, pretty good map. It needs a couple changes, and we didn't actually activate the flood on this one, so that was a little weird. And that's why, like I said, oh, yeah, that guy wasn't exactly very good with the number stuff. Anyway, this is the Hexagon Zero. I would like to thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like, favorite, subscribe, comment, and all of that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Just going to show you guys a little bit of my assignments, unlocks, and progression. I'm actually a level 30-something now. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. This is the Hexagon Zero, signing out.